Buenos días a todas las personas que están en este momento conectadas a través de la página web de Colfuturo. Mi nombre es Ángela Sánchez y voy a estar con ustedes mediando en esta presentación y en esta sesión informativa de Audencia Business School, Escuela de Negocios Francesa. Agradecemos que hayan aceptado la invitación para asistir y participar de este evento. Esperamos que lo aprovechen, que hagan todas las preguntas que tengan a nuestra expositora que es Sandra y nada, pues que también puedan compartir esta información con quienes ustedes crean les puede interesar. Les recuerdo que entre la Escuela Audencia y Colfuturo hay un convenio en el cual la escuela le puede otorgar entre el 30 al 50% de descuento en el valor de la matrícula a aquellos estudiantes de Colfuturo que vayan, por supuesto, a hacer sus programas de maestría en esta universidad, bueno, en esta escuela de negocios. Les recuerdo también que la condición inicial para poder recibir este porcentaje de descuento es que ustedes deben ser beneficiarios de Colfuturo, es decir, pasar a través del proceso del programa Crédito Beca y salir pues seleccionados por nosotros. Y si pues les recuerdo también pueden escribir todas sus preguntas a través del chat y con eso al final de la sesión Sandra podrá responderlas. Entonces, para empezar, Sandra, thank you so much. If you want, you can start in this moment. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you so much. Hello, my name is Sandra Manrique, and I work on the international admissions team here at Audencia Business School. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, I will be talking about Audencia and a little bit about Nantes, where Audencia is located, as well as all of our master's programs and MBA programs. Um, So Audencia Business School was founded in 1900, and it is the name of the school comes from the Latin word audentia, meaning listening, and audacia, meaning daring. Audencia is ranked amongst the top of European business schools today. Um, It is ranked sixth in France and in the top of 40 business schools in Europe. It is globally known for education and research in business and management. And it does hold the triple accreditation and international degree recognition. Um, we have three pillars, one being academic excellence, professionalization, and international outlook. Um, as many of you know, Audencia does have the triple accreditation, being Equus amongst one of them. Audencia is one of the 1% of business schools in the world holding all three accreditations. Many schools hold one or two, but only less than 1% of schools around the world hold all three. Um, we are known for having high rankings, specifically last year in the Financial Times. Our management and engineering program ranked 39th in the world. Audencia as a whole ranked 15th for career services. I will speak a little bit more about that later in the presentation, but we're very well known for helping our students with everything relating to careers. For QS World University rankings, we ranked 50 in Europe, sixth for diversity, and our Master in Management ranked 49 in the world. These are just a few of the other rankings that we have worldwide. With The Economist, we ranked 5 for diversity in our full-time MBA. We have a very diverse, not only student body, but professors as well. We have three values, those being innovation. So we're looking for students that have that innovation mind. Many of our students go on to be entrepreneurs. So that's something that we're always working towards. Cooperation as well, being that you work amongst each other to better make things. And our number one thing is corporate social responsibility. Audencia was actually the first business school in France to sign the United Nations Global Compact agreement, which each time we're constantly working with the UN to establish and defining the principles of responsible management and education. All of our programs, all of our master's programs actually have a slight focus on that. So even if you're not studying something specifically related to corporate social responsibility, all of our professors do include it in all curriculums, regardless on the program that you are studying. Um, Here at Audencia, you'll receive a very international experience. Most of our students can expect to be ready for a globalized economy. Our institution offers you one of the most international study environments in the world. As I said earlier, we rank 5 in the world by The Economist and 6 by QS World University Rankings for diversity. And in addition to having a very diverse student body, all of our professors prepare an internationalized curriculum to prepare you for the world today. We currently have over 5,000 students, 34% of those students being international, coming from all over the world. We have over 100 countries represented in our student body, notably from Colombia, Mexico, some students from the US, Canada, Ghana, Nigeria, Vietnam, etc. We do have over 109 global academic partners, and 49% of our teaching staff is international. We have not only students, but teachers that come from all over the world, that have taught all over the world. So that's something that you can definitely benefit from here on campus. Um, uh, One of our main things is having a global network. So no matter where you are in the world, you will always be connected. You will always have access to all of our alumni platform. We have alumni networks and chapters on 5 continents, so all around the globe, as well as online that you can connect with. We're constantly partnering with new businesses here in France and internationally. So that's something that you can definitely benefit from when you do your internship and when you're looking for a job post completion of your program. The main thing that we are known for today and that we've been ranking really high is our career services. So that's something that we always tell students to benefit from. Once you get on campus, get connected with our career services. Our career services are here to assist you. Not only do we have employment fairs, they assist you with CV workshops, how to create a cover letter, how to make a cover letter better and specific for the internship or employment that you are applying to. In addition to that, we they help you prepare by doing one-on-one interviews. They constantly have student and business forums and meetings that can help you connect and network with potential employers and other alumni or students that work in the field that you are looking to work in the future. So we definitely always recommend our students from week 1 to get in contact with career services, because they will definitely help you establish your goal. If you still don't know what you want to do after completing your master's, they will help you establish that goal and set up a timeline on how you can complete it. attain it. In addition to that, we do have a dedicated digital platform which posts up to or more 15,000 employment opportunities per year for anybody that has access. Um, Students and alumni have access to the platform for life. So even after you've left Audencia, you can continue to look at those job opportunities and benefit from that. Here at Audencia, we, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, we're all about innovation and working with the new entrepreneurs, leaders of the future. So here on campus, we actually have a business incubator that's available to program graduates that are interested in pursuing entrepreneurial goals. So if you're looking to start a new a startup, a new business, and you want help with that, when you're on campus here, you can apply to have your idea be incubated, and you will constantly have help from our alumni, our staff, and our professors throughout your program and post-program to get that business started. Um, Obviously, not everybody's idea is accepted. There are limited spaces. So if that's something that does interest you, we definitely do recommend that you sign up for that. Most of our alumni go on to international careers with top companies, some of them being Nestle, Sony, L'Oreal. We have a lot of students that actually intern at L'Oreal and oftentimes secure a position with them as a result of their internship. These are just some of our top companies that we work with and that our alumni are working at. Like I said, alumni are definitely a good source to connect you and hopefully help you get that internship in a work job in addition to our career services team. Um, so Audencia does have is located in Nantes. Our main campus is in Nantes. Nantes is located on the west part of France. In addition to Nantes, we do have a campus in France and Beijing and Shenzhen in China. But here in Nantes is the home to our main campus and where most of students coming in on the international master's programs will be. Most of our graduate programs are at our Atlantic campus, which is actually where I am right now. Um, just a little bit information on Nantes. Nantes is the sixth largest city in France. It is a very student-friendly city with over 60,000 students living here. We are 50 kilometers from the Atlantic coast, so about a 45 minutes you're on the coast, which is great. Nantes is not a huge city compared to Paris, but it is big. We have around 800,000 inhabitants. And that being said, we're only 2 hours away from Paris by train. So you can definitely get to Paris on the weekends without wasting too much time to get there. Then Nantes was voted number 2 most welcoming French city for expats. Um, and Nantes is known internationally for its high quality of life, cultural innovation, and thriving economy. It is known in France as the Little Silicon Valley. So there's actually a lot of jobs here in Nantes. We're also a UNESCO World Heritage Site here in the Loire Valley. So there's definitely tons of things for you to do in Nantes. We have very good public transportation, and Audencia's main campus is located about a 15-minute tram ride from the city center. So you can get there very fast. You could even walk or bike. So I guess I will go on and talk to you about our programs. Our most popular program is our International Master in Management program. The important things to note about this program is that it's entirely taught in English, and you have the choice of 6 specializations with the possibility of electives. You are required to do an internship, and it is our most diverse program with over 20 nationalities. Um, this is a breakdown of the program. Um, if you are a student that has a 3-year bachelor's degree, you can do something that we call a pre-MSc. For most Colombian students, though, you will go directly into our core MSc program, where the first semester can either be in Nantes or Shenzhen, and you will be taking core courses. The second semester, you will choose a specialization. Um, and you can choose between international marketing, finance and management accounting, strategy and management, food and agribusiness management, CFA, and a new specialization that is related to spirits, import, export, in partnership with Cognac. And following your specialization semester, you will do an internship for 4 to 6 months, and a professional dissertation. This can be done anywhere in the world, here in France, back in Colombia, or elsewhere. If you get a job at that point directly, it doesn't necessarily need to be an internship. It can be directly unemployment. And then graduation is in February, following your internship period. Some key information to note. It's a Master of Science in International Management certified by the Conférence des Grandes Écoles here in France. It is completely taught in English. The program only has a September fall intake. The duration of the program, like I said, it's 9 months of classes with a 4 to 6 months internship. If you have to do the pre-MSc Gateway program, that's an additional 2 semesters. Again, it normally does not apply to you. The tuition for the MSc program is $18,000, and you are required to have proficiency in English. So if we will require you to submit a TOEFL or IELTS or TOEIC exam. Our second most popular program is our Master of Science in Supply Chain Purchasing and Management. This program is entirely taught in English, and it is divided in 18 months or 2-year track. Again, you can do an internship anywhere in the world. Similarly to the other program, most Colombian students start directly in term 1, where you learn about foundational aspects of MSCPM. Term 2 is advanced courses, and term 3 is your dissertation and internship. This program does have a September and spring intake. The cost of this program is $17,500 for the core track, and just like with all of our programs, you are required to have an English proficiency exam. Our program, Food and Agribusiness Management program, it is very hands-on. And the very interesting thing about this program is that you earn 2 degrees, not only here from Audencia, but also an MBA from FECAP Business School in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So this program does require you to go to Brazil. You start the program here in Nantes, where you learn all about agribusiness. And the second semester is in Brazil, where you learn about challenges, and there's different opportunities presented to you, different projects that you'll get to work on. So that is something definitely worth noting, that the second semester is abroad. And following your semester in Brazil, you'll also have to do an internship and professional dissertation. Your internship can be here in France, in Brazil, or anywhere else in the world. Um, the key aspects to know about this project, about this master's is the cost of the program is 16,000 euros. If you have any additional questions about the program, you can definitely ask towards the end of the presentation. Just like with all our programs, you are required to submit an English proficiency score test. We also have a master's in management engineering. This program is specifically designed for engineers. It's ranked 39th in the world for masters in as a master's in management. And it is ranked 15 worldwide for career services, specifically for this program. The program structure is first term advanced management, second term specializations, a summer term, and then a mandatory internship. Like our MSCPM program, this program does have a spring intake as well. So you can apply to start either in September or February. The cost of this program is 22,000 euros. And something that we've changed about this program very recently is that before you were required to submit a GRE, we have decided, or GMAT score, we have decided to remove that aspect from admissions. So you are no longer required to submit that for this specific program. In order to be eligible for this program, you need to have a 4-year degree or more in engineering or science. If you have a degree in science, please let us know, contact us so we can let you know which degrees in science is acceptable for this specific master's. Our other program is management and entrepreneurship in the creative economy. This program is designed specifically for creatives, students that have a bachelor's degree in a creative field, being visual science, architecture, dancing, etc., and want to build knowledge on business and management. The program is taught entirely in English. And as part of this program, you get to spend 2 weeks in Scotland in the Glasgow School of Art, which is a very prestigious school in the art world. The program is, again, divided in several parts. From September to June, you get to learn all about management and entrepreneurship, specifically for artists. And then the 2 weeks in Scotland. And then the second portion from June to December, you get to do your internship and professional dissertation. It's something to note. This program is taught in a different campus, still in Nantes, but it is taught in our media campus. And you can only start in September. If to be eligible for this program, like I said, you need to have a bachelor's, a degree, a 4-year degree, and something related to the arts. So if you have any questions about that, you can definitely let us know, because the types of degrees that we accept are very wide. Many different things can apply under the arts. So if you have a doubt, do not hesitate to reach out to us to see if you would be eligible for this particular program. Another one of our very popular programs is our Master in Management Grande École. The difference between this program and our International Masters in Management is that this program, you can choose between 15 plus majors in the fields of management, finance, marketing, and so much more. The courses can either be taught in French or English, and you have the opportunity to gain 4 to 18 months of in-company experience. So meaning if you wanted to take a year off to work and while doing this program, you are often allowed to do that. So as you can see, the breakdown, first term advanced management courses, term 1, specialization 1. If you want, you can do the optional in company gap year, and term 3, specialization 2, and then your internship at the end of the program. For this program, it is certified by the French Ministry of Higher Education, and it is visé. So that's something that a lot of students often look for. Like I said, you get to choose between English or French, and the duration of the program is between 2 to 3 years. The tuition is 29,750, and for this program, you are required to have a GMAT or GRE score. It's not required when you apply to the program, but you will definitely need to submit it before you start school in September. There's only September intake for this program. Another program that's often very interesting to a lot of our Colombian students is our Master's in European and International Business Management. The very interesting thing about this program is that it is one joint degree taught by in 3 different schools. So we work in partnership with Deusto Business School in Spain and Bradford University of School of Management in the UK. So the way that this program is broken up is you'll either have the option to do an optional language intensive course. In the fall semester, you'll either start here in Audencia or you'll start in Deusto. And then the following period, you'll switch. And then in the spring, you complete the remaining period in the United Kingdom, and both groups complete the program together. At that time, you'll also have to complete an oral exam. And in the summer, you'll get to do your internship anywhere in the world, again, just like all of our programs. Something that it is required is you are required to be fluent have at least a B2, I believe, in 2 of the languages, either being English, French, or Spanish. And the third language, you don't have to have an advanced level, but you do have to have some kind of level when you apply for the program. We hope that with the program, you'll get to improve your language skills. The third language. And our last program is our full-time MBA. You can earn a 1-year degree with 2 concentrations in either corporate finance or entrepreneurship and corporate social responsibility or innovation. This is a 1-year full-time MBA taught entirely in English. And the breakdown of this program is the first semester, you take general courses in management, accounting, finance, strategy, marketing, etc. And then between December and June, you do phase 1, where you get to choose a specialization between corporate finance or entrepreneurship and transformation. And phase 2, strategic CSR and or innovation and new product development. At the same time, you'll be working on a consulting project with a real company, either a startup or a big company, where they will present a problem to you, and you will have to come up with a solution, a real solution. This is also a very good opportunity for companies to get to see your work, see how you do, which oftentimes can result in an internship offer, employment opportunity, etc. So this full-time MBA is actually 9 months of courses, and then between June and December, you can actually be anywhere in the world. You can be here in Nantes, or back in Colombia or elsewhere. working on either your business startup, a research-based project, or a corporate internship and business analysis, or it doesn't have to be an internship. It can actually be a job. Again, with this program, the tuition is $31,500. Scholarships are available, and you will be required to submit a GMAT or GRE score before September 1st. Now to the very important things are scholarships for Colfuturo recipients. I know that it was mentioned in the beginning of before my presentation, but just a little bit of a reminder, students that are Colfuturo recipients receive 30% tuition waiver from all of our masters. For our Masters in Entrepreneurship in the Creative Economy is 40%, and for full-time MBA is 50%. Please note that tuition fee waivers are non-cumulative. So if you do apply for different ones, do know that you'll receive the one that is worth the most. We also have other scholarships here at Audencia, a general scholarship, which is $8,000 for the early application deadline. By submitting your application before January 31st, you automatically get €1,000 off your tuition. We also have a diversity scholarship. The amount changes every year. We believe this year it will be around $4,000. And this scholarship is awarded to students that come from underrepresented countries in our programs. Colombia is often one of those countries. Another scholarship is our Food for Thought scholarship, which is particularly for our food and agribusiness management program, where you'll be required to submit a project. Similarly, our management and entrepreneurship in the creative economy offers you 2 opportunities to get off up to 40% off tuition waiver by submitting a project or presenting your portfolio. And for full-time MBA, for students that apply to that program before January 31st, they automatically get a 50% off tuition reduction. Or we also have a executive leader fellowship project. It's a project-based scholarship where you'll be required to submit a project. You could also receive up to 50% tuition waiver. Something that interests students very much is what to think of budget. So what to expect when you're studying at Audencia. Rent can vary between 350 to 600 euro per month. That being said, it does depend on what kind of housing you're searching. We do have an array of opportunities between staying with a family, host family, staying at a student residence. It does vary a lot. Obviously, if you want to live by yourself in your own apartment, the rent is much higher. So that is something to keep in mind. Also, the earlier you start looking for housing, the more successful you'll be in securing housing before you get to campus in September or in the spring. So in order to apply to Audencia, there's 5 simple steps. First, we invite you to check the eligibility requirements, application deadlines, and required documents at masters@audencia.com. When you apply, you can go to apply.audencia.com and pay the application fee. Once you have submitted your application and paid the fee, we will look at your application and invite you to complete an interview. So if you do qualify for an interview, you'll receive a message from us inviting you to choose a time that suits you the best to complete an interview with us. Following your interview, you will receive an admissions decision between 1 and 10 days. So we do work in rolling admissions, meaning that the process is relatively fast. From the point that you submit your application to the point that you receive an admissions decision, it's typically 2 weeks. So you will receive an answer very fast. Just before completing my presentation, I will like to invite you to come meet us or to go meet us in Colombia. One of my colleagues, Matthew, will be doing a fair with Expo Posgrados, and here are the following dates. He'll be in Cali on November 14. He'll be in Bogota on the 16th and 17th of November, and in Medellin the 19th. So definitely, if you do have any other questions, be sure to reach out. Go to the fair. He'll be there, so he can answer any questions or doubts that you may have. In addition, he will also be holding one-on-one sessions, one-on-one meetings following the Bogota Fair. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, do not hesitate to email us at international at audencia.com. Again, that's international at audencia.com, letting us know that you're very interested in a program and that you would like to meet Matthew one-on-one if you're not able to make it to the Bogota Fair. He will only be doing that in Bogota. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email us here. Another thing that I wanted to say is for all students that joined us in this presentation today, if you apply to a program, we are offering to waive the 100 application fee. So we would provide an application fee waiver. So if you complete an application, you can email us at international@audencia.com, letting us know that you joined us in this Colfuturo presentation and you spoke with me, Sandra, and we will let you know and waive the fee on our end. So that's actually everything that I had for you today. Do you have any questions at this point?
Hi, Sandra. Yes, actually, we have some questions.
Okay, great.
You have answered most of them, but we have
Okay.
some like five or six. The first one is from Lina. She wants to know how does she know whether she have or not to do the pre-master of science.
Yes. So the pre-MSc is only for students that do not have a 4-year or more bachelor's degree. The reason for that is because in France, a lot of students have a licence, and a licence is only 3 years. And in order to enter into our masters, you must have at least 4 years. So we've created this pre-MSc, which allows students to integrate into our masters if they do not have the 4-year or more bachelor's degree. But as far as I know, most students in Colombia have a 5-year.
Yeah.
So with a 5-year, you're perfect. You do not need to do a pre-MSc.
Okay, thank you. The next question is regarding the Master of Science in Food and Agribusiness. It is necessary to have any business background in order to apply to this program, or if I have just like an agricultural background, it is enough.
So you are not required to have a business background.
Okay.
We accept students from all backgrounds, and there's also a case by case basis, but we do accept students from all backgrounds. All you need is a master's, a
Okay.
bachelor. I'm sorry, a bachelor's
A
degree,
bachelor's.
4 years in anything. So
Okay.
we do accept from all backgrounds.
Okay. Thank
As
you.
long as you show a passion for food and agribusiness, that's okay with us.
Okay. The next question is someone is asking what is the minimum level of English? You mentioned that it is required to have English, but what is the main like
Yes. So
requirement?
if
Yeah.
you have completed your bachelor's, in English or you are a native English speaker, you do not need an English proficiency test score. That being said, if neither of those apply to you, you will be required to submit one. Like I said, it can be a TOEFL, a TOEIC, or an IELTS. If you go on our website, we have very specific scores of what we accept. However, even if you have a score slightly less than what we accept, we still give you an interview if you qualify in other areas. Because the point of the interview is for us to see if you can, if you're a good fit for the program, to get to know you better, and also to see if you're able to communicate in English. We find that oftentimes students test very poorly, but can actually speak much better. So for us, let's say that you have a TOEFL and it's a little bit lower than what we're looking for, we would still give you an interview. And then based on the interview, we would determine if your level of English is good enough. For us, it's more important that you speak it and that you feel comfortable than whether or not you tested well in an exam.
Okay.
However, we do need it before you start the program. So even if you don't have it, you can apply for the program. And if your profile is strong enough without the test, you can still be admitted to the program. And then we'll tell you that you have up to September 1st to submit us a test score, regardless of what your score is.
Okay, thank you.
I hope that that helps.
Yeah. And Joanne is asking if there is any French requirement.
No.
Okay.
The only program where you are required to or to speak some French is our EIBM program, which it was the program that's taught here in Audencia and Deusto and in Bradford. Um, Aside from that, there's no program that requires any French. All of our programs are taught entirely in English. That being said, if you would like to learn some French, many of our programs do offer that possibility for a small additional cost. Either taking an intensive course before the start of the program or taking night classes throughout the program. That
Okay.
is a possibility. I do often tell students, though, however, that even if you don't need it, if you don't need French for any of our programs and English is spoken here in our school, I do suggest students to try to learn a little bit of French before coming here, just because it'll help you so much with your daily life outside of campus, here in Nantes, when you go to the grocery store, etc. It will
Okay.
definitely come a long way if you do have a very basic level of French. Also, for students that want to do an internship in France, or their goal is to stay longer in France, I definitely do suggest that you try to learn as much French as you can before coming here, because when you are looking for an internship, if you are looking for an internship here and not back in Colombia or elsewhere, you will employers will oftentimes ask you the beginning portion of the interview in French. So you will have to be comfortable with the language, at least to introduce yourself and say a very basic introduction of yourself. That's only if you're looking to do your internship here. That's a tip that we always tell students. But no, in no way is the French language required for the masters.
Okay, thank you, Sandra. Talking about the internship, does the business school help students in order to do this internship, like the contact between the students and some enterprises?
Yes. So, like I mentioned in my presentation, we have the career services group team here that assists all of our students in finding an internship. So they facilitate the process. They can put you connect. They can connect you to companies. They will give you some opportunities that are available and that could be a good fit for you. But it is ultimately the responsibility of the student to apply for the internship, interview for the internship and get their internship. So you are facilitated in the process. They definitely help you a lot, not only with internships, but also with finding a job after your internship. Um, but it is the responsibility of the students. We don't have internship placements that are given directly to the students,
Okay.
if that's what the student is asking.
Yeah, that is. Okay. Andres is asking if there is any minimum of work experience required in order to apply to some master's degree.
Our only program where you are required to have work experience is our MBA, our full-time MBA. And for our full-time MBA, you need to have a minimum of 3-year work experience. But if this is a program that you're interested in, and let's say at the time of application, you only have 2 years and a half, you can still apply because by the time the program starts, you'll have those 3 years.
Okay. And Liliana is asking if I'm not sure if you already said that if there is any online MBA program.
No, unfortunately, we do not offer at the moment an online MBA. Our full-time MBA is only here on campus.
Yeah, and just to remind you to everyone that is online, Colfuturo only applies and works for those programs that are full time. So if you are interested in some online program, you won't be able to use the loan scholarship in order to finance that. And Lina is asking, what is the common structure of the admission interview? So would you like to talk about that?
Yes, I can talk about that. So after you've completed your application, one of my colleagues will review your application and then will email you, prompting you to go to this calendar website where you'll select. We'll provide you with all of the availabilities for the following weeks, and you get to select the one that is best suited to you. When you go on it, it will show your local time, not ours. That way, there's no confusion. Um, and once you've selected, then it'll be an interview via Skype. So we will request that you submit your Skype ID, etc. The day of the interview, interviews can be between 10 and up to 30 minutes. They're very rarely 30 minutes, but expect to be talking to us for about 10 minutes all on your own. And there will be a portion where you get to ask us questions if you have any questions. The interview is nothing to be worried about. It's a completely, we like to keep it very casual. And we often tell you that it's just a short conversation to get to know you better, to see if you're a good fit for the program, if the program's a good fit for you, and just to give you an opportunity to ask us any questions that you may have during the application process about the program itself, etc. The purpose, again, it's for us to see if you're a good fit for the program, and also where we determine your level of English. So, like I mentioned before, let's say that you submit a TOEFL score that's a little bit lower than we would like, but in your interview, we think that you speak well enough to do well enough in the classroom, then it wouldn't matter if your TOEFL score was lower. So it's basically to get a better idea of how well you can communicate in the English language. It's very important for us, the interview part for that, because in all of our programs, you get to work a lot in groups. So you need to be able to communicate with classmates from all over the world with all kinds of accents. So an accent is not a problem. It's just being able to be understood and understanding us. The questions that we ask you, the questions are pretty straightforward. We typically ask you, how did you hear about Audencia? Why this program? Talk to us about yourself, your goals. Have you studied abroad before, etc.? So
Okay.
it's very, very simple questions. We're not going to ask you anything very difficult. Um, so the interview portion is nothing to worry about.
Okay, Sandra, thank you so much. That were all the questions that we have so far. Someone is asking about, again, the programs that you offer, but I think that you already answered those questions and that the website could be the main like source of information for them.
Yes.
So, yeah.
If they have any questions, again, they could email us at international@audencia.com. It's our general inbox where 6 of us look at it every day. So students usually receive a response within 24 hours.
Okay. So thank you so much. I don't know if you want to say some goodbye words before we finish the session.
Yeah, so it was definitely really nice speaking with you all today. If you guys are interested in any of our programs, do not hesitate to contact us to get in touch via email. Um, Once you have emailed us, we often have info sessions where it's very much like this, but via like a chat where you can ask us all the questions that you have. And also, if you are in Bogota, Medellin, or Cali, do not hesitate to visit my colleague Matthew, who will be at the fair.
Ok, y para todos los que estuvieron en línea, muchas gracias por haber asistido. Aquí en la pantalla pueden ver el dato de contacto de Sandra. Les recuerdo que les vamos a enviar este video, pues estuvo siendo grabada la sesión. Y también quiero invitarlos a las actividades que estamos haciendo desde esta semana en adelante. Cada semana vamos a tener un país invitado. Para esta semana es Francia. Así que para quienes están interesados, hoy a las 6 de la tarde vamos a tener una sesión con Campus France. Si están en Bogotá, los invitamos a que vengan a la Casa de Colfuturo. Si están fuera de la ciudad, a que se conecten en línea. Y el registro se hace a través de la página web de Colfuturo. Entonces, muchas gracias a todos y que tengan un buen día. Adiós.